a lady contacts me about paranormal activity she's experiencing. The lady, her name is Dawn, said she hears disembodied voices in the night, loud movement sounds, footsteps throughout the house, and on occasions have seen apparitions. I don't want to underestimate what Dawn is telling me. These are some of the things I experienced at the Lamb House, but to verify her claims, I do a pre-investigation of the house. At this time, I don't know the history of the house. I want to make sure something is in fact going on before wasting time looking into the history. My name is Kent. The person that lives in this house sent me over here. Are you out there? If you're here, I'd like to talk with you. I've come here to find out who you are and what you want. Are you the one that built this house? Hello? Why do you stay here still? What's up with that? All of these are the original floors. Are you here? You guys aren't hiding in the closet, are you? I'm assuming you lived in this house before. Maybe even built it, and you don't want to leave here, or you're stuck here, or something. That's what I'm here to find out. I'm not here to chase you out. Just trying to figure out who you are and what you want. I mean, if this is your home, if people don't have a problem with you staying here, that's fine and great, but they just want to know who you are. And that's why I'm here. Come talk to you. Let's have a talk and find out what's going on here. Does it sound like a plan? See, vibrations will make this go off. You know when you get that strange feeling people are looking right at you, but are silent? Well, I felt that way in this house, and I felt like I was being observed. And I may have annoyed an old spirit with that obnoxious tapping sound. Evening comes, and for the first time I'll hear a disembodied voice. Hi. Can you say that again, please? Night has arrived. So far, I'm not capturing much activity. Someone stops in at the house while I'm conducting the investigation. I was using the ghost box. We stepped outside for a few minutes, but when we came back in, a spirit will intelligently respond to my statement. We're back. We're back. That was good. That's when you know the stuff is real. I concluded without a doubt there is an intelligence here. But then the help me start up, and the activity takes a negative turn. Evil and get out of here is not a good sign. I do historical research on the house, then I do a sit-down interview with Dawn. At this time, Dawn does not know what I learned about the house. Dawn talks about the apparitions she saw in the house.
At first, it was like a woman that just kind of floated or kind of moved through the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then I started seeing the little boy.
Okay.
And he was kind of like overall baseball cap, whatever. Mm-hmm. And he would come from like my cellar way and across my kitchen and stop and stare at me, and then all of a sudden he would disappear. They're like, oh, it's all in your head. And I said, no, I'm telling you right now. I was sitting in my recliner and see the little boy, and he just stands there and looks at me, and then all of a sudden you blink and it's like he's gone.
How old did the child look to you?
I was going to say right about 3.
Okay. There was, in fact, a young boy who died in the house, William Corliss, Jr. He died at the age of 2 years and 11 months. Is it possible the apparition that Dawn saw was that of William Jr.?
But then, like, it started, because I'm the only one home doing laundry, but you start hearing feet print like somebody's coming into my house.
Okay, so you do hear footsteps in the house.
Oh, yes. And there's nobody else here. You come running up to see if somebody's here, but nobody's here. There's a door upstairs to my one of the closets, and that's like it shuts. And I'm sitting down here in my living room. Nobody's here. Like, you'd lay down in bed and you would hear, like people were downstairs just walking around constantly.
Right.
Not real loud, you just hear like shuffling of movement. And it's like, really?
When I was in the cellar, I just heard another disembodied voice of a female. When I was in the cellar. The house was built in the mid-1800s, originally a farmhouse. Next to the farmhouse is an old schoolhouse, also built in the mid-1800s. Back in the 1800s, this area was known as Damascus. The Corliss family is the original family that built the house. William Corliss, the father, was in fact a farmer. The Corliss family grave is located at Highland Cemetery in Carmel, Maine. The father, William Corliss, died in 1899 at the age of 76. The mother, Betsy, died in 1905 at the age of 76. Their daughter, Elizabeth, died in 1907 at the age of 59. They had another son, William H. Corliss, died in 1909 at the age of 47. Another daughter, Helen Corliss, died in 1930 at the age of 61. Helen was a school teacher, and it's likely she taught at the schoolhouse next door to the Corliss home. Outside of William Corliss Jr.'s name on the memorial stone, I couldn't find any grave markers belonging to William Jr., and there is no evidence William Jr. is buried in the family plot. In the year William Jr. died, 1856, it wasn't uncommon family members were buried on the family land in those days, especially young children. The father and mother, William and Betsy, their daughter Elizabeth, and their son William H., were all buried by Undertaker Edmund Lamb, and it's possible they were brought to the Lamb house to be prepared for burial. None of the adult Corliss kids ever married. The William Corliss bloodline ended with the death of Helen, and the circumstances behind their deaths are not known. After Helen passed away in 1930, another family buys the property. The schoolhouse next door closes down in the 1960s. A local investor buys the old schoolhouse and later buys the old Corliss farmhouse. The house becomes a rental. Who lived in the house or what, if anything, happens in this house that caused this activity is unknown. After conducting the first investigation in the house becomes even more active. Don contacts me and wants me to come back. I do a silent walkthrough of the house. I hear multiple movement sounds, disembodied voices. The house feels like it's energized with activity. But when I go to the cellar, things will take a turn. Do you like the toys in this room? Are you out there? Alright, I just heard a voice. Did you want to play with those toys? You in this room at all? Yes? Are you in the house upstairs? What happened to you in this house? Obviously something bad happened. The females that lived in this house before. Okay, I heard that. So you hear me? Alright, so you verified to me that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on this ghost box over here, and I hope you try to talk with me on it, okay? Did something bad happen to you in this house? And if it did, what happened? Alright. There's nobody here, nobody home. That's my car. The residents are not home. There's definitely something walking in this house. Absolutely no doubt. I'm going to leave the ghost box down there running. There should be nobody here and all the lights are out. No, there's nobody in there. Hello? What's going on in this house and in this cellar? Can you guys not talk now? Help you? To the lady that keeps talking and asking for help, and you've also said hello and hi. Can you tell me your name, please? Are you afraid of the cellar? In a lot of these investigations I do, it's very rare that something touches me, but in this cellar down here, I've been touched multiple times. It's like right now I feel like there's electricity going right up my legs. I'm not used to this kind of paranormal activity, to be honest with you. I mean, I've experienced all of this before, but not in one place, all in one investigation. I felt like something's been pushing on my chest right here really hard. Not hard enough to hurt me. What? What? Did you want to talk now? You do? Help? What? Can you repeat that? Did you say demon? What? What? Help? Hi. Absolutely, positively, no doubt. There is something very sinister in this cellar, and there are no words to explain what I felt in this hellhole. For the first time, I felt like I experienced every physical sensation you can imagine within a few minutes in this cellar. Hot spots, cold spots, water dripping on my skin, electric currents going up my legs, static electricity around my hands and face. First, my right ear starts ringing. It felt like a finger goes into my left ear. My lips were twitching, and I felt like my eyes were vibrating back and forth really fast. I thought maybe this was all in my head until I viewed the recording closely and saw my eyes were in fact twitching back and forth. I saw what looked like images of people coming out of the rock walls. I packed up my equipment and got the hell out of that house. It took many days to shake off that negative feeling I got both physically and mentally. Weeks went by. Once again, Dawn contacts me. She's afraid for her and her daughter's safety. She said the house is getting worse. The spirits are no longer hiding. Non-stop disembodied voices can be heard. Apparitions appearing more often, and the house is making strange sounds. I felt like maybe it was my fault the activities become much stronger by doing the investigation. Maybe I woke something up or caused a portal to open wider. I come back to the house, but this time my questions will be limited. I want to hear what these spirits have to say. If they are troubled, what's troubling them? I start the investigation off on a positive level. Maybe they will start talking. The sun's out. It's beautiful out. It's a beautiful day to talk with Mr. Kent. Do you guys see sunshine where you're at? Or is that a dumb question? Look, I'm not in your realm, so I have no idea. So what's up? What happened to you? Did somebody die here? All right, you guys. I'm coming upstairs. Did you say okay? Sure sounded like it. You able to tell me your last name? Okay, what about children? Are there children here in this house? Are you guys here? Did any child die in this house? And if he did, what was his name? And are you guys having problems because you can't find him? Help them? Who's them? Can you give me some names, please? Don't leave. Maybe, hopefully, I can come back sometime. Do not follow me home. I got enough to deal with at my house. I will definitely try to come back, okay? For the next few days, I go over the recordings. When doing the investigation, you cannot hear most of what these spirits say in real time using the spirit box. Your ears cannot hear what the camera picks up. I was surprised to hear what these spirits said. A lot of help me's just like at the Lamb House. Some didn't want me to leave. Some told me to get out. Some even knew my name, which raises the question, are some of these spirits the same spirits I encounter at the Lamb House? This old farmhouse is approximately 3 miles from the Lamb House. It's possible some spirits have followed me. Although I briefly went down into the cellar, I wasn't ready to deal with the activity in the cellar. What I found strange, just like the Lamb House basement, this cellar has a completely different atmosphere compared to the rest of the house. What you feel in the cellar is an evil presence, but you don't feel this in the upstairs section. Dawn is getting ready to move out of the house. I come back ready to take the investigation back to the cellar in hopes these spirits will tell me why they need help. Okay, I heard that. Sounds like it's coming from under the house. Are you down there? Is there anybody down there? Wow. That literally sounded like somebody very light-footed coming down the steps. Whoa. Did you just hiss at me? What's going on? Last night, Dawn saw two apparitions here in this house. Two of you people. Two of you people. Somebody upstairs here? Are you walking around up here? Is there anybody home? Alright, I know I heard very, very loud walking in this house. Who's walking inside the house? Alright, so I'm hearing disembodied voices. This is just beyond just off the spirit box. Alright, you guys, talk to me. You keep saying you need help. Are you stuck? Are you wanting to move on? Is something holding you hostage or you're stuck here? Or do you think you're in hell and you're stuck and you can't move on and there's no hope. You're held hostage? Is that what you said? Okay, I'm going to try a different device. And I hope maybe I can hear from you guys from this. This is a different type of spirit box. Can you tell me what's in this cellar? Did somebody... Demon? Who killed?
Teacher, learn, friend, theory.
Where are you at? I now know for unknown reasons, spirits feel trapped as if they are being held hostage. They are in pain. The pain they are referring to is emotional, not physical. But the main question, are they being held hostage by their circumstances, whatever that might be? Or are they being held hostage by something evil, demonic? Dawn is mostly moved out of the house. I come back for the final investigation. The first thing I do when I get to the house is sprinkle salt throughout the dirt in the cellar. Before I go to the cellar to conduct the investigation, I allow some time to see if the salt has any effect. I start the investigation upstairs and something seems angry. You guys in here? What the hell? What the hell? Hello? You trying to get my attention? You never had the opportunity to do this in this room here. I think it's important that I give you guys an opportunity to say what you need to say. Because this is definitely my last time I'm going to be here. What? Did you just say something? Can you guys talk to me on this ghost box, please? Can you tell me what happened in this house? Okay, the little child that said help me and help. What's going on with you? Did somebody hurt you? I heard that. Demon evil. For the first time during this long investigation, I clearly hear a child's voice during the ghost box session. Find me. Help me. I've been laughing. I know this was not a human child, but an entity posing as a child, and what these other spirits confirmed that strong instinct I felt, this is evil. The spirit said check the cellar. Did the salt have an effect on the activity? Did something happen in the cellar that chased the entity out? Was it now in the house? Does salt have an effect on demonic entities? I cannot answer that question with certainty, but I go back to the cellar to see if the activity changed. Hello? It was unusual I could hear these spirits talk in real time. After listening closely to what these spirits said, I concluded they could not find their children in the afterlife. In the mid-1800s to the early 1900s, multiple children died in Carmel due to outbreaks. Whole families of children were wiped out. I have no doubt during this time period, many parents laid in bed at night weeping over the loss of their children. So much pain and sorrow. I believe when a child of a certain age dies, they are at peace. They are not trapped. They do not seek help. Is it possible when the parents died, after going through years of sorrow and pain over the death of their children, they are not at peace? Are they blinded by their state of mind, thinking the moment they died they would see their children in the afterlife? If you're not at peace, is it possible you cannot see those who are at peace? Based on the amount of children who died from outbreaks, many of these children attended this old school. Did this schoolhouse hold residual effects on the parents? Were they in this area searching for their children? After thinking about this while in the cellar, the dots connected. These are parents searching for their children. I advise these spirits, if they are searching for their children, they are not here. They are in a realm of peace. Let go of your sorrows and go be with your children. They are there waiting for you. After I said this, the activity in the cellar stopped. If there is something evil in the cellar, how it got there or why it's there is unknown.